Hi, I'm Ross Nesbitt from Unified Ag Solutions, and the most crucial part of also treating is cleaning up the system. So now today we're at an LPV system, and we're going to talk about cleaning up the pump stands, the treater, and the conveyors for the end of the year system. Quick tools you might need is like a 5-gallon bucket, some paper towels, some RV antifreeze or some Rain-X, simple green is key, some gloves, and some tools that help kind of scrape out all the chemical. And we also have a shop vac to help clean out the conveyors. Just some quick things to help get your treater ready for the next year. At this site we have 3 pump stands, one for inoculant, one for either Olivo or Soltro, and one for the treatment. So our main focus would be, first off, draining the product, make sure we market it in each of their 2x2.5s. Do not use a 2x2.5 that has been used for herbicide. We don't want any of that involved in case you use that treatment for the next year. We want to make sure that we clean those out very well. We're going to put a lot of water and simple green to get all the colorant out. And our main focus would be to get everything clean in the hard plastic parts. This is the filter housing. We're going to get that clean and make sure we put our RV antifreeze in there so it doesn't freeze and break over the winter. And then we'll go into also replacing our element tube hosing. We'll check to make sure that there's any cracks on things, but replacing those for they're ready for the next year. And then after you've been doing a lot of water and simple green kind of recirculating, you'll kind of get almost a clearest film or clear water look. That's where you kind of know it's really clear. And we're going to run it to treater to the chemical tree as well. So you'll see that a little bit later. So also with the inoculant, your inoculant has a live bacterium. So it's going to start growing. So if you see particles in your pump stand, get that cleaned out with Clorox and a lot of water. So you'll put Clorox in there to kill all the bacteria, and then use a lot of water to wash out all that Clorox so it's not going to affect your seed treatment for the following year. After you drained all the current chemical you have in your pump stands, make sure you store it in a nice cool area for the summer and put it at 2.5. Let's make sure we use this first time next year, and we're going to strain it just to make sure there's no sediment that falls through after it's been sitting there for the whole year. Once you have everything cleaned out with water and simple green, we're going to run all the chemical lines with that to clear up here into the atomizer. And at that point, we're going to clean the atomizer and this is called the static mixer. So what we're doing now is we're running all the water and the simple green through the pump stands towards the atomizer to clean out the atomizer quickly. And then we'll take the atomizer off and then we'll power wash that. After you have the atomizer pulled off the treater, you come over here and you'll power wash it. Just make sure that the motor is not in the water to make sure you have no electrical problems in the future. So after you've cleaned your atomizer and all your pump stands, then you're going to be cleaning our drum. We can either power wash it or scrape it out if you have any residue in there. So on all treaters, there's proc sensors that sense seed and put the chemical on when it senses seed. If they're very dirty, they will not sense the seed, or they will over sense the seed and put too much chemical on. The final step will be cleaning your transfer pump. So put in a 5-gallon bucket of water, run water and simple green through it, and then run RV antifreeze through it.
On seed treaters that have conveyors, you gotta make sure you get it at the end of the season, clean out the bottom of the hopper. Also underneath the hopper right here, there's a little catch door right there. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and make sure the belt is tracked and tensioned correctly. If you don't know how to track the conveyor belt, just think of it as the belt's running like this. If you tighten this side, then the belt's going to slide up this way. So you'll make sure that it's right in the middle and almost has a little snaking action. You don't want to touch side to side. So once you're done, clean all the soybeans of the grain out of the conveyor belts, tracking and tensioning the belts as well. You need to grease them. So on all conveyor belts, there are these grease zerks, so just make sure you properly grease your conveyor belts. Also on the seed treater itself, on the atomizer, there's a grease zerk in the atomizer. Put grease on that as well, especially since we're using simple green, which is the degreaser. Once you're done cleaning it, pop a pump of grease in there as well to make sure it's running properly. Conveyors have grease zerks on the bottom and the top, so make sure you grease everything properly there, and you should be good for the winter.